My beautiful family. Remember that you are beautiful. Remember that we are one. Remember that uniting ain't nothing but a thing. Order ain't nothing but a thing. Man, y'all see me over here, man, just get my twinkle on, man. We coming for you, man. I don't care how long it takes, man. If it takes all year. I was trying to get set up real quick with Blog Talk, but, it's kind of weird with their music licenses. We own all of our music licenses, so we just want to get set up coming straight out of our site. We want to bypass all our third parties. We don't want nobody else like Live 365 shutting down on us overnight. All right, but the beauty of it, man, the blessing of the whole design of the creator is that by putting that aside, we were able to build up the YouTube framework and get all our family, organized over here. So now when we come for you, pretty soon we got to do our own thing. All right, we got to do our own thing. So we got our app coming soon. We got all these things so that we can always connect to you. If this is the last frontier, this is all we got, is a website or something for you to contact or communicate and get the drop. We want to make sure that this drop gets to our family in New Zealand, our family in Abyssinia. And when I say Abyssinia, I said Abyssinia, Ethiopia. So we want to we want all of our family to feel this connection. So that's why this is so important. That's why the communication is so important. So we love y'all and thank you so much for the patience. And, in the meantime, we're just going to keep dropping that drop, keep featuring as much drop as possible. And all of the independent artists, we look forward to featuring you because your energy, that music, that life is our heartbeat. Our music is our heartbeat. We can't separate our vibe. We can't separate our beat. So we got to support those that are just coming out and expressing themselves and their poetry that they're spitting, poetry that they're singing, that they're feeling. The musicians out there that, just got their guitar tracks they dropping, they just doing their thing. So, we deal with everything and we put it in that 4 plus 3 plus 2. We put it in those 9s. We put it in that real beautiful, energy that just goes around and round. This energy continues to create. This is creative energy. Your creator creates creative energy. Your energy that you give should be creating something. And if you're not creating something, then that's when you got to come back and check your vibe. If your only vibe is, shooting down anything people are creating over here, but you're not creating your own, then that tells you you're not in a creative frequency. So whatever you do, stay creative, whether it's putting together recipes, man. Look out for that Chef Candy and her recipes because that's her creation. Whatever you're doing, keep creating and make sure you do it through the energy of the creator. Make sure that energy keeps flowing. We are water. We are drop. We are nation. We are one. All right? So, the radio's coming soon, man. And I appreciate all y'all, man. And, I really love vibing, man. I really love vibing to, just the conversation and vibing to the flow. And it's always cool to drop people off, too, man. Because, you hear that sound effect live on the radio. It's so much fun. You hear that drop off. It's all, when you dropped off, you hear yourself being dropped off, man, live in full effect. So don't come with that wing wham. Don't come with that yin yang. All right, don't come talking that yang because you'll get that drop off, man. But look out for the drop off radio, man. The drop off radio coming back. All right. Oh, yeah, man. Look out for the frequency of learning. I told y'all we were getting into schools. Love to, all the beautiful people behind the scenes making this possible, getting everything set up to, take over the vibe of our children in the classroom so that if they're in the classroom, if they're going to be getting that hijack situation anyway, at least let them vibe because right now they're over anxious, they're hyper. It affects what they're calling behavior, but it's really because they're being put in these standardized situations. They're being locked down and locked indoors, not getting any sunlight. So we want to make sure we at least give them a vibration. So we have these vibe suites that we're getting set up on a whole, so we got 432 to drop. Then we're going to have another platform set up with that. But for now, we got some information coming out. You see it right there. That's the frequency of learning. The frequency of learning. Learn, listen, and learn. All right? With the mathematical frequency of music. So we address behavior through the mathematical frequency of music. We get in the classrooms. They get a 4-digit a little subscription code, and then they're able to use that code to log into a password protected page that they can go on and get beautiful playlists, whether it's classical music, whether it's jazz, whether it's, you know, harp music and drums and flutes, and they get to play that music in their classroom. They can use their cell phone, they can use the, you know, the iPads, whatever the case is. Just log in, put in a 4-digit code. It's $50 a month or $500 a year, or $499 a year for each classroom or each for each school. Then they can do a custom link, so each school can get multiple links, up to 15, 20 links on our site. So they get their own link, their own password, their own situation. They put their own images up, put their own playlist, their own music, all in 432 hertz. And again, you can play it right from your phone in the classroom. Instead of sending Johnny to detention, put Johnny in the corner, put some earphones, and put that 432 and let Johnny cool out. And on that site, we'll have like some games or some relaxing, you know, trivia, some different things that they can do just to, you know, get them relaxing in 432 before, you know, let it be that bridge, man, before they just get kicked out, you know what I'm saying? Or just, you know, give the children about 5 minutes a day in that classroom. Just put that 432 in for 5, you know, for 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying? So we're coming to the daycare centers, YMCAs, yoga. We also have packages for restaurants and hotels. We're trying to get everybody in 432 hertz. And all this building is getting into our land, the land that we are purchasing at the moment, the land that we are excited to connect with J Stu and get all that going there. All that, all this business, all this infrastructure, all your orders, you know what I'm saying? We got a new shipment. A new shipment. All right, so keep ordering those shirts, man. Go to the website, 432thedrop.com. Click the link below, 432thedrop.com. You know what I mean? And we got the shirts for you, man. 432. Remember, if they can't tell us who we are, how can they tell us who we're not? Drop Nation. So the beautiful thing is, as well, is that I actually ordered my own shirt press. All right, so pretty soon I'll be, you know, pumping out all our slogans. No hijacks allowed. I held off because these guys, you know, get too much off top, man. I want to be able to put as much into our framework so that we can get it going and keep building up our land. Once we get the land, we're going to keep building it. And again, this is just our thing. You can do your thing. As long as we have multiple, you know what I'm saying, sub-communities, we're still one community. All right? You got a dreadlock. All right? You got another dreadlock. All right? So one design is one design, but it's all coming out the same head. We all come out of head, but not everybody's design is going to be the same. Not everybody's going to see the next step the same, all right? So we got to keep building. Our thing is to build and be communications, to promote vibration awareness to all of our family across the plane on this earth. We're trying to affect everybody. Meanwhile, we offer services. We offer to put your music, your library in 432, or just to drop nothing but great information and research. We drop a library for you to download free PDFs. We feature, you know what I'm saying, multitudes of drops and multitudes of music. On top of that, we're getting the classrooms. We're raising the test scores. Shout out to my mother, Catherine Andrews. She's been an educator for 30 years plus. She's been an elementary school principal for over 20 years plus. So she's the president of this, and Catherine Andrews is connecting this all throughout LAUSD and getting this into the classrooms, you know what I'm saying? So she's been raising test scores in Watts and Compton. Everybody knows Miss Andrews in Watts and Compton, all right? So everybody know, all right? So this is where I come from. These are my parents, the son of a jazz musician, a math teacher, and my mother's also an educator, and this is how we get down, all right? So keep ordering, keep loving it up, you know what I mean? And we're going to have, you know, great opportunities for those that want to help push this in the city near you. This is something that you can push to schools anywhere in any city. So if you're interested, hit me up at music@432thedrop.com, music@432thedrop, and I'll start getting you connected with our frequency of learning. And, you know, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. Right now, we just want to get the word out, you know what I'm saying? So we're doing everything 50-50. So if we do it right now, you know, again, these are $500, $600 packages, all the way up to $800 packages per school. So, you know, 50-50, you know what I'm saying? We'll work with you because we want you to build up your infrastructure. And that's the way that we can give you something to do, you know what I'm saying? If you want to get off that beat, that 9-to-5 beat, I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? We can make it happen. So I love y'all, man. This is just what we're offering. This is just what we're giving. And on top of that, we're giving refuge. We're giving refuge, man. So love to everyone supporting the GoFundMe, man. Because of you, we're able to give the essentials to our community, man. When Jay needs something, when those that are connecting to that community, that's the community that we're building. We can only build one community at a time, right? So we're building this community, and we appreciate that. So, just the essentials, man. Just the essentials, man. So it's getting cold. It's getting cold, man. So we were talking about a portable heater type of situation, like a little propane situation. Just stuff you don't think about other than just starting fires. But right now it's getting cold, man. It's getting cold. So I just want to make sure they're good. So because of you, we're able to do stuff like provide them a portable propane, heater situation in case they need it, in case it gets really, really real, because you would appreciate the same thing, right? So keep supporting the GoFundMe, and we'll keep dropping it on this community, man, that is you, that is your connection. And one day, praise the Most High, everything can truly be a united community. Again, you need to unite before you can divide. So don't get caught up in a chaotic division frequency if you haven't united yet. Once you unite, you stay united. But you got to build the real thing. You can't just build an illusion. You have to build the real thing. So what you're seeing before your eyes is a real stepping stone. And anything else, and anything other, and anything against, we know how to keep marching. We know how to be our design. We know how to be the pattern that we are. So appreciate what you got. Appreciate the pattern and support. Keep supporting. Click on the links below to support. All right, man. And before I get into this, Isaiah 40, I got Isaiah 41, I think, last time. Love to Mario, who dropped this on me. Isaiah 40, 41, and 42. So today we're gonna get back into Isaiah 40 because it's got some potent. We got to keep rereading this, man, so that as we get into these Prester Johns, and again, everybody for surfing the wave on Prester John, man, let me just take an interlude out to say seriously, it's been a beautiful investigation, man. Who is Prester John? All right, what titles are we rocking? All right, so is he King David? Is he Genghis Khan? Is he the foster father? Is he the blood uncle of Genghis Khan? Is he Alexander the Great? Are all these things one thing? Are they parallel in timelines and history? Do we have these timelines being stacked? Do we have multiple dimensions? How far you want to go? How far you want to think about this stuff? It's awesome, man. But keep surfing away. Keep dropping your comments. I appreciate all. Man, I got some dedicated researchers out there. So, look, just drop it on me, man. I love to y'all. Just drop it on me. I can't get back right away to everything, but you see how I build it. You might have dropped it like 3 months ago, and I just, touched on it in part 16 of Prester John. So that's just how it's rocking because I got a lot of other stuff that I'm getting through. You know what I mean? So it takes hours to get through this stuff, hours to drop it on you, hours to edit it, put it out, and then, get everything else going with the framework. So I appreciate your patience as we build up our communications and we get stuff going. All right, so first things first. First things first. I just want y'all to remember this book right here. You see it? And I try to tape it up a little bit. It's falling apart. But y'all remember this jewel, man, that got dropped on me a while back, man. All praise the Creator. We will be getting back into this, man. Yeah, buddy. If y'all remember what we got out here last time. So it says the primitive inhabitants of the New World were the red men called Indians. The name Indian was conferred upon from them from their real or fancy resemblance to the people of India. Now we're researching the 3 Indies, and that India is just a generic term for dark skin, right? But without any similarity, the name would have been the same. All right. The origin of the North American Indians is involved in complete obscurity. If they can't tell you who you are, they can't tell you who you're not. Obscure means obscure, right? Now remember I said that because I'm not just getting it from one source that tells you that they don't know who you are, so-called Negro. You are complete obscure. So when they say myth and legend about Prester John, you're as obscure as Prester John. The myth about finding who you are is just as intriguing as Prester John is to you. Because without knowing who you are, they'll never figure out themselves. They'll never really figure out their place. They'll never really know the future. They must know who they did this to. They must know who you are. They must know the paybacks and the playback. The origin of the North American Indians is involved in complete obscurity. That they are one of the older races of mankind cannot be doubted. Oh, thank you. But at what date or by what route they came to the Western continent is an unsolved problem. So we don't know the migration patterns. They're buried in obscurity. But look at what this author, J.C. Redpath, tells you that he does know. He told you you're obscure and that he doesn't know anything about your migration. Many theories have proposed to account for the red man's presence or the copper-colored race presence in the New World. But most of them have been vague and unsatisfactory. So again, it's buried in complete obscurity. It's vague and it's unsatisfactory to tell you, Negro, who you are or that you came from Africa. You're the copper-colored race found here. And to them and to their learned man, it's buried in complete obscurity. Many theories have been proposed, but they're all vague and unsatisfactory. The notion that the Indians are the descendants of Israelites. Now, vague, unsatisfactory, obscurity, but look at what he throws out here. Look at what he completely dismisses. I don't think he has any terms to dismiss anything based on it being completely obscure. And if they can't tell you who you are, they can't tell you who you're not. So if you're buried in complete obscurity, I don't think you have a presence to tell somebody who they're not, if it's completely vague and obscure and unsatisfactory. But this is what he says, J.C. Redpath. The notion that the Indians are the descendants of the Israelites is absurd. Absurd, he says. It's crazy. It's unfathomable. It's unthinkable. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta do that, man, because that's what it is. It's mind blasting. It's a mind blasting thing. So when he says absurd, he's saying, don't mind blast me. Don't me. He says the notion that the Negroes are Israelites or that the Native Americans were Israelites is nah. But before that, he says the origin of the North American Indians is involved in complete obscurity, that they are the oldest race, one of the oldest races of mankind is cannot be doubted, but at what date or by what route they came to the Western continent is an unsolved problem. Many theories have been proposed to account for the red man's presence in the New World, but most of them have been vague and unsatisfactory. But the notion that these Indians are descendants of Israelites is absurd. All right, so you see how it's buried. And remember, I don't know if y'all can see this. All right, I can't show you now, but in here, in these little writings, I actually found Bible scriptures and the term Israel and Israelite all hidden inside of this book. So Israelites, Indians aren't Israelites. But here's some scriptures about some Israelites. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, we're going to get back in this J.C. Redpath, this history of the United States. What else we got here, man? We're going to get into the real facts of Ethiopia. I mean, I'm just telling you what's to come. We're going to get back in this, the J.A. Rogers. All right. I just ordered this, man. Just ordered this. You know, of course, the original joint, what they got like $16,000 for it, or $40,000, like one of the most expensive books. But they just had a classic reprint series, and I picked it up for about $40. About 40 of them bucks. All right. Y'all remember this picture, man, right? I know you see all those palaces in the back, right? This is Montezuma. Get it? So you keep hearing white man, a white bearded man. And you see why this book costs $16,000 plus for the real color, original pictures, and the real thing. All right, so Montezuma. I mean, they got some great images still, though, even with this reprint joint. I mean, y'all remember getting this. I mean, this is just how y'all was rocking here. You're gonna see nothing but these copper color, beautiful melanated brothers and sisters. You're gonna see all the fighting going on. I mean, you're gonna see this, the basic arts. The basic arts. Alright, so we're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into it. But remember how we just dropped that complete, buried in complete obscurity. Now this is Ornatus Montanus. Alright. The other one is J.C. Ridpath, Ornatus Montanus. Now you got y'all, we don't know who y'all are. You were buried in complete obscurity. This is what they gave. Now here we get out of here. Chapter 2. About the original of the Americans, the learned dispute so much. So they just started off just like that. About the original of the Americans, the Negro. About the original of the American, the copper-colored race, found here according to the 1828 Webster Dictionary. About the original of the Americas, the learned dispute so much. So the learned people, the learned men and women, the most educated scholars disputed. So about your origin, copper-colored Negro, the most learned disputed. It's completely obscure. It's the same thing they saying. And again, we say, if they can't tell us who we are, how can they tell us who we're not? Drive Nation. About the original of the Americans, the learned dispute so much that they find nothing more difficult in story. You, so-called Negro, they find nothing more difficult than your origins. The story, the myth of your origin. Then to clear that point for whether inquiry may be made after the time when the Americans first settled themselves where they now inhabit, or after what manner they came thither, either by shipping or by land, on purpose or by accident, driven by storm, or else forced by a more powerful people to remove, more curious, asking the way that directed them out of another country to this new world, or else inquire for those people from whom the Americas derive themselves. He will find several opinions, and the learned still jangling. They're jangling, baby. They're jangling it, baby. They're jangling on your origin. They're jangling on who you are. It's completely obscure. It's vague and unsatisfactory. You're hearing the same thing. We don't know where they came from, the routes, their migration. We're still disputing. Several opinions, and the learned still jangling. They still don't know. So, don't mind us. We're going to get back in this classic reprint series, man, of America being the latest and most accurate description of the New World, containing the original of the inhabitants and the remarkable voyages thither, the conquest of the vast empires of Mexico and Peru and other large provinces and territories by Ornatus Montanus. Take it away. Very happy to finally get my hands on this. You know what I'm saying? I'm late to the game, but I've been digging in on it, man, and I dropped a couple little snippets out of this, so we're going to get into this Horace Butler drop. He's dropping about Jerusalem, right? He's dropping about Jerusalem. He's dropping about Jerusalem. Jerusalem. Pause it. Read it. He said, man, it was the presence. You're calling ancient Egypt. We know that America is, Atlantis is Egypt here. We know that. So we don't need to hear, oh, Egypt came here. Egypt is Atlantis. When Atlantis was sunk, Egypt was sunk here. The flood here. Then they built over there in the 18th dynasty. But it all was here. Grand Canyon artifacts, all into Illinois, man. All into Illinois. And this is what all this is about. So he said it was the presence of ancient Egypt's Jerusalem in the Americas. So we're hearing about Jerusalem again in the Americas. Perusalem. He says Jerusalem. Jerusalem. All right. That kept scholars quiet and preachers fearful when I showed them the old maps and the ancient writings and forbidden histories. There were others who knew the forbidden histories. Even Christopher Columbus knew these secrets. He wrote that South America's Orinoco River flowed out of paradise. Pause it. Read it. Paradise. So if Christopher Columbus knew that Eden was here, and you copper-colored rays was here, and he just got here, and he said in 1501, according to the Biblioteca de Colombina in Sevilla, Spain, in those records, click on the library, click on these links, when he said, I came to America to recapture the holy city, to capture the holy city in Mount Zion, in America, Columbus, yes, he says that, and he puts those records together himself, the Book of Prophesies, the Prophesies, right? So Libra de Prophesies, so the Book of Prophecy. So when he puts this together and he says, I came to America to conquer the holy city and Mount Zion, and that's in his words. Then Horace Butler says, there were others who knew the forbidden histories. Even Christopher Columbus knew these secrets. He wrote that South America's Orinoco River flowed out of paradise where Adam and Eve had lived. Where Adam and Eve had lived. So, one of our families left a great comment that said, we're talking about Pan, right? Pan, all that Pan. So Pan, Mu, Lemuria, Sunken Islands were these parts of Eden. The Orinoco connect to Pan, which was a part of Eden. Do all those islands come back up one day? Do we see the terrestrial paradise when they come back up? Right? Why would it still be here for us to pollute? What will we do with it but pollute it? Right? He wrote that South America's Orinoco River flowed out of paradise where Adam and Eve had lived. I was stunned, Columbus says. I was stunned. Columbus says I was stunned to see that Columbus, or Butler says, I was stunned to see that Columbus had promised he would recapture Jerusalem. Horace Butler writes, I was stunned, he says, to see that Columbus had promised he would recapture Jerusalem when he reached the Americas. When he reached the Americas. All right. So yeah, Jerusalem is here. And those other areas that we know are very sacred probably are below water or in some other frequency, but it's all connecting here. I mean, that we do know. And again, this was so-called Atlantis. Remember, Atlas, Poseidon's son, Atlas. The plural form of Atlas is Atlantis. So when you talk Atlantis, you're talking Poseidon. You're talking fallen angel hijack. So we didn't call it Atlantis. All right, they are calling it after their fallen angel hybrid Atlas, all right, which became the first 10 dynasties, which became your Egyptian dynasties. Egypt is a Greek word, ethos. So it's a Greek Hellenistic fallen angel situation hijack. And no, you Negro are indigenous. So you predate the fallen angel Atlas Poseidon situation in Greek mythology situation. You predate those seeds. You predate that. So what is Mu? What is Lemuria? What's the difference between Lemuria and Atlantis? What's Pan? Huh? How are we connecting this Asiatic situation? Pan, Japan, Asia, China, Chinya. What are we talking? All right, so Moses is spread throughout everywhere. When you find Moses, you find everything. When you find Preston John, you find it all. The flaming, flying serpent, right? Right out the rod of Moses. We're going to get back into the survival drop. Don't trip. Because we all need to get our butchcraft game up. And y'all get this, man. I haven't found a PDF on it yet, or else I'll put it in the library for y'all. This is the Dave Canterbury series. You know, it teaches you a lot of the basics, man. Just, you know, basic ties, basic wedges, different things to look for, different things to cut. You know what I mean? You even got some log cabin situations, so we want to get some cabin designs going, right? Again, we're working on, you know, our situation, our beginning stage, man. So on that beginning stage, we're gonna need this stuff, man, as we get independent and not be dependent, so we're not slaves no more. When I say we're going to get into the history of Ethiopia and Nubia and Abyssinia, I'm saying we're going to get into that Sir E.A. Wallace Budge, who breaks down the history of Abyssinia. Alright? And I mean, this is tremendous drop. And again, in this drop, oh yeah, shout out to Simply Wholesome, man. In LA, you go there, man, you get you some, you know, some patties or something. You got a great health food store, great vitamins and all that kind of stuff. So shout out to Simply Wholesome. Yeah, man. Shout out to Essawan Bookstore out here in Leimert Park. Shout out to all the thoroughbreds, man, the do-goods, man, and the street fam. You already know me. You already know me. You already know me. Getting back in this Behold a Pale Horse. All right, we're going to get into that Wise Men of Zion. Get back in that Bill Cooper, man. Don't forget. This is kind of where we started at. We only got like one chapter out of this. Remember how we got there. Now, this is what they saw. I'm just going to get this first. I got this a long time ago. This is chapter 1. I'm opening it up. What do you got to say, David E. Stannard? He said it's gone now. He's just talking about America. The American Holocaust, the Negro copper color Holocaust. They don't put your images up because they want their stuff published. But, you know, they're talking about the copper color people. They even tried to make it copper color. It's gone now, drained and desiccated in the aftermath of the Spanish conquest. Negro, where's your land? Where's your land? Where's your peoples? Where's your family? Where's your palaces? Where's your situations? Where's your gold? Where's your ancestors? It's gone now. I mean, that's just how we started. It's gone. All that's gone. Drained and desiccated in the aftermath of Spanish conquest. So the first sentence says that you, so-called Negro, were recently invaded and all your stuff was taken and it's all gone. Just like the Papal Bull of 1452 tells you. Subjugate these people of the Indies, take all their shit and put them in perpetual servitude. That was in 1452. So what happens, you know, a couple decades later? And what is this David E. Stannard talking about? The American Holocaust? Well, since the 1452 Papal Bull that said to take these Negroes and kill them and take their shit and put them into forever slavery, perpetual slavery, then, as a result, it's gone now. Drained and desiccated in the aftermath of Spanish conquest, but once there was an interconnected complex of lakes high up in the Valley of Mexico. That was as long and as wide as the city of London is today. Surrounding these waters, known collectively as the Lake of the Moon, were scores of towns and cities whose population combined with that of the outlying communities of central Mexico totaled about 25 million. 25 million. 25 milli men, women, and children. On any given day, as many as 200,000 small boats. 200,000. This is just how you're living. This person is describing what they saw when they found you here. We just got the Montezuma picture with the palaces in the back, right? So connect the dots, so-called Negro. All right. So on any given day, wait, combined with that of the outlying communities of these so-called Negroes of Central Mexico, totaled about 25 million men, women, and children. On any given day, as many as 200,000 small boats moved back and forth on the Lake of the Moon, pursuing the interests of commerce, political intrigue, and simple pleasure. The southern part of the Lake of the Moon was filled with brilliantly clear, spring-fed water, but the northernmost in the rainy season became brackish and sometimes inundated the southern region with an invasion of destructive salty currents. So the people of the area, these copper-colored so-called Negro people, so the people of the area built a 10-mile-long stone and clay and masonry dike separating the lower third of the lake from the upper two-thirds. That's what you did. Blocking the salt water when it appeared, but through an ingenious use of sluice gates, allowing the heavy water traffic on the lake to continue its rounds unobstructed by the massive levee wall. This southern part of the Great Lake thus became, as well as thoroughfare, an immense freshwater fish pond. So when they pulled up on you, they weren't pulling up on you in salt water. No. You weren't pushing your canoes around in salt water. No. They didn't see 200,000 canoes every day in salt water. They saw you in what? An immense freshwater fish pond. So-called Negro. Because they call you Negro, but you're indigenous. So what is your name? What is your order? Why did they roll up on you and take everything? And what is this American Holocaust about, man? So we'll get into it, man. We'll get back in it. We haven't got in this one yet. The Catlin Joint. All right, letters and notes of the North American Indian. All right, but we got to. You know what I'm saying? We're getting back into the etymology, the dictionary of the Hebrew language. You know, I don't know Hebrew, but it's a great thing, man, to start getting in, you know. Start writing, man. Start getting it down. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's a modern Hebrew hijack version, at least, you know, you're beginning to get out of the vibration of English, and then you can start getting more towards the Paleo and start looking at more of the, you know what I'm saying, Shemitic dialects and language. Again, love to the sister Israel's Redemption, support the anthology. You know what I'm saying? Keep building on language. I mean, how do you go wrong with that? You know, getting more, you know, aware perspectives of things and how they connect to the basics of what we've been building. Mysteries of the Mexican pyramids. We got to get back in this joint, all right? Because this one has so much drop. And when I say these pyramids and everything's all about vibration and tuning and tones, I say it's all about vibration and tuning and tones. Just like a guitar. So when I ask you what frequency you in and you have no idea, that means you probably are in 440. Because you need to be aware and work towards being at 432. You got to be aware of keeping that order in your life. You know what I'm saying? Not religious order, but just basic, you know, connectivity between you and your creator. Just basic order between you and your creator, not putting anything before that. Get that. That's not religious. That's how we were rocking the Great Spirit. Get back in order. Put the Great Spirit first. Watch how your life rocks. You don't got to take somebody through a bunch of books to show them the creator. You just got to show them a sacred tree and say, did this tree create itself? Was it created by an accidental fart in the vacuum of space? And if there's a vacuum in space, how come no astronauts train at any vacuum facilities? The 4 largest facilities of vacuum, you know, containers here on this planet, plane. The planet is a plane, a flat level surface. They never train in vacuums, but yet they go to vacuums of space and do spacewalks in vacuums. and water sticks to the ball because of a force that is a theory, not a law. I said water stick to the ball because of a force that's a theory, not a law. Where's your vacuum? Where's your vacuum? All right. It's a mystery. Where's your vacuum? It's a mystery. It's hidden in the Mexican pyramids, man. So we're going to get into our etymologies, you know what I'm saying? We also got a great, we got more stuff over there, man. You see all them books, man. You know, I still feel like stacking books up, but we got the Black's Law Dictionary, some great stuff, too, you got to get from. If you ain't got this in your crib, man, you got to get it, man, because there's so much babies, especially getting into the Mansa Musas, man. And as we compare Mansa Musa with Prester John and the empires of Solomon and different things, that's Rudolph Windsor's talking about. Inquiry into the distinctive characteristics of the Aboriginal race of America. All right. They can't tell you who you are. That's why they're making inquiries. One more time. I'm keeping this going because I know I got like 80 more slogans, but I don't think, no hijacks allowed, stay up, suit up, choose up. All those are dope. But check it, man. If they can't tell you who you are, how can they tell you who you're not if all they're going to do is make inquiries into the distinctive characteristics of you? Inquiries. Meaning what? I don't know. I need to just write. Look, this is published. Hold up. This is by Samuel George Morton. All right. The following essay was read at the annual meeting of the Boston Society of Natural History on the 27th April, 1842. This essay was published in 1842 by the direction of the Boston Society. In the present edition, he's made a few verbal corrections, all this kind of stuff. So I've taken a rapid glance at what I conceive to be the peculiar traits of the Aboriginal race of America. No, them niggas come from Africa. It's done, right? Body bag. Done deal. Done. Put it away. Body bag. Nah, man, it's an inquiry. If it's an inquiry, then all they have is theories. If they tell you you're spinning on a ball, but they can't show you a live feed, one little camera on anything, on any satellite, to show the earth go like this, then they're telling you just to believe in a theory of you spinning, a theory of gravity. Because anything else shows an intelligent design that's way more close to home and way more personal. And they don't like a tribal personal God. Not many people do. Many people want to do their own thing and just, I just feel, I'm just connected to everything, but you're not connected to order. Everything is not order. Your creator is your order, and everything falls in line through the blessings of that order. Nobody comes and says, follow me. It's all the energy of the creator that we get. These books mean nothing if you don't spend time and just sit in a dark space and just let yourself find that light within yourself, man. Shut off everything. Find your creator, man. You got to trust yourself. You got to find yourself and know that they don't even know who you are. So if you know yourself, you got to drop on them because they're writing inquiries into the distinctive characteristics of the not Aboriginal, original race. Original race. And they go into who they think you are. All right, a couple more, man. Love to hire Mark, man. I had to get this, man. The sister, my sister Radine America, because she got plenty drops. She's gonna tell you who you are. She's gonna give you some good pictures, man. I told you. She says, in the American Dictionary of English Language, Noah Webster, 1828, the definition of American is defined as a native of America, originally applied to the Aboriginals or copper color races. So, Aboriginals or copper color races. Alright, so this is inquiry into this distinctive characters of, they're calling aboriginals. That means that one is the same. So they might as well say into the copper-colored races, which means they might as well say into the so-called Negro. I'm writing an inquiry into the aboriginal or copper-colored race or so-called Negro. Nah, you come from Africa. When they tell you that, they just want your shit. This is the richest land. Eden. Columbus knew the Orinoco River out of South America flowed out of paradise. Y'all better stop tripping and claim your shit. And know that you've been invaded. Your family died fighting for Jerusalem. And you act like the Creator don't exist. Or your family signed treaties and other people died. And you acting like their Creator don't exist. And your Creator, who's going to show you just what existence means. Copper-colored races. Light brown, dark brown skinned people races found here by Europeans, but now applied to the descendants of Europeans who are born here. So they took your titles and they're born here. And that's all written by Ray Dean. Pause it. Read it. The definition of Ame'rican. Noah Webster, 1828. She gives you the difference between humankind and mankind. So you hear human, and then you hear, like in the movies, a fight to save mankind, you know. So she says humankind, human nature, is heterosexual, male and female equal one life, is natural. Foreigners, or mankind, is homosexual, man and man, woman and woman, equal no life, equals artificial. What did John Stewart just say? America's not natural. It's just, you know, something brand new. Man, it's not natural. Natural means tribal. Natural means one life. Mankind, artificial means no life. America has no life. That's what John Stewart is saying. Remember your images. Copper-colored races found here by the European. Is this play? So if this sister's over here doing her thing, right? An emblem of America, it says. All this native land talk, Africa, however, is nonsense. The native land of the American Negro is America. And that's a quote from Frederick Douglass. Pause it. Read it. So if Frederick Douglass is telling you that the native land, so-called Negro, of the American Negro is America. Again, if Frederick Douglass is telling you the native land of the American Negro is here, because this is the old world. Atlantis is here. Egypt is here up until the 18th dynasty. If you don't research the artifacts coming out the Grand Canyon, then you ain't serious. If you don't look at the 200 mummies and all these artifacts of the pharaohs coming out the Grand Canyon, then you crazy. The native land of the American Negro is America. Is this play? This is what they found here. Claim your heritage. Get your land back. You thought this shit was supposed to last forever? It made me go crazy. I'm gonna get back in the annals of the Cuzco. We got so much drop out of this, man. So, yeah. We're gonna get back in the annals of the Cuzco. We're going to get back in the lost tribes and promised lands. All right? We got a lot of that Prester John right out of there. We're going to get back in the Africans and Native Americans. Beautiful drop. We started with this a while back. We're going to get back in this Forbes. All right, man. And tonight or today or whatever time it is, whatever this time thing is, we're going to get back in the Sefer and get into that Isaiah 40. We got a couple minutes. Let's do it. Let's do it quickly. So, you know, this ain't play. It's all for you. It's all for you. I never liked to read until I realized I was the book. So then, you know, all I can do is walk through myself. You know what I'm saying? It's like getting blasted apart, right? Boom. It's like getting blasted apart, man. And then, all you see is pieces of you, but, you know, they've mixed it around. So, you know, you got to be able to recognize the pieces of you. You got to be able to know what's going on. All right, let's get it. Isaiah, you got your Torah, your Tanakh, get it on out. What do I need? I need you. I needed something. I thought I needed something. Be having a million thoughts at once, man. Yeah, man. You know, we gotta stay ready. All right, everybody choose up. We gotta get back to the basics, man. Oh. When I say get back to the basics, I said we gotta get back to the basics, man. Get back to the slicings and the dicings. Nah, man. Yeah, you know, just basic self-protection, man. Basic things, man. You know, when you see these images, you know what I'm saying, that we're showing, it was normal for us to walk around with bow and arrows, and, you know, it's a natural sovereign right for man to protect his life. In any situation that disarms you and says, oh, trust us. We've always had your safety, you know, first, priority. You know what I'm saying? We've always prioritized your safety. You're like, nah, you're the same mercenaries that are hired illegally by a system that is illegal on the soil, that you have your foreign docks. You have your foreign lands and dry docks. So you did this maritime sea law in courthouses that are foreign, you know, literally foreign entities in a dry dock, right? So they're in dry dock. They have dockets. They have documents. We're going to get into some syntax, man, coming up in a few drops. And, you know, that's when you really realize everything is based on sea. Everything's based on the people that are coming off the sea, setting up a system of the sea, judging you on a sea law. And you have to participate in it for it to work. Because it's not lawful. It's not true. We are indigenous. We have the law of the land. We've been invaded and slaughtered, and now we have a sea law, and now we have an invading tongue and invading law. So it's a lot for us to get our vibration in order. We got to be patient with each other. You know what I'm saying? We all been through a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? We all, you know what I'm saying, are just ready to slice and dice, man. You know what I'm saying? We all are getting trained up, but we can't do it to each other. You know what I'm saying? And we can't have a resolve to want to harm and break our brothers and sisters down when they are even trying a little bit. If your brother and sister, you know, if they got a little 4-3-2 on them, give them a pass, man. Even if they're crazy, give them a pass. Just pat them on the back. Say, all right, man, just go be crazy. But, you know, I'm going to give you a pass. I'm not going to get the slicing and dicing on you. I ain't going to do it. But, you know, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Nah, man, we got to be patient with our families, you know, whether it's family that we're meeting, you know, throughout our searches, or family in our real lives, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And as these all things become a reality, you know what I'm saying, we got to be patient as that reality unfolds. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what the Creator has in store for an individual or a group or a business or whatever it is that we do. You know what I'm saying? Can we have formidable business even at the end of this corporation? How can we put ourselves in a situation to build? You know what I'm saying? According to, you know what I'm saying, the writings in the Exodus, right? The writings of Moshe, they were given treasures on their way out. They were supplied. They had a monetary situation. You know what I'm saying? So how did they use that monetary thing, those treasures, you know what I'm saying, to exit out of, you know what I'm saying, slavery, literally, you know? So we understand that our wilderness, you know what I'm saying, has already begun. I mean, we are lost in a wilderness, but there's also a physical exodus. There's also a physical separation. You know what I mean? First we learn, you know, to separate within. Our kingdom is within, but that manifests into a physical separating out of slavery. So whether it's just, you know, getting some land and just saying, all right, you know, let's learn how to rock. Even if we are on the grid, technically, how can we rock to learn the basics, to learn the essentials? You know what I'm saying? How can we learn just the basics, you know what I'm saying? The basic things that we need to know, you know what I mean? How can we get that stuff down? You know what I mean? What can we do, you know, to get trained up? So it's more of, you know what I'm saying, of a refuge and a training ground. And then from there, you know, you start making your situation as the Most High inspires you to do so. So if that's all we can do, that's the best we can do. If that's the best I can do, I hope you love and appreciate, you know what I'm saying, all the energy, you know, that's in front of you. Because, you know, these things happen quickly, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you never want to be later on saying, you know, I wish I had more of appreciation for that. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, I should have had nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Either way, be hot or cold. If you're rocking, rock all the way. If you aren't rocking, don't rock all the way. But, you know, however we do it, we got to, you know, make sure we put our creator first and make sure, you know what I'm saying, we're not putting ourselves in situations that, you know, create bad energy, you know what I'm saying, back in our lives. You know, we have to be able to give each other passes and be patient. We know we got family that's still celebrating Christmas, that's still celebrating, you know, putting cutting a tree down, putting it in your house, saying it got something to do with Christ, and then putting sacrifices underneath it, putting presents, sacrificing underneath a live thing, right? And this live thing has now been sacrificed to another energy, another spirit, this Santa, Satan, claws of Satan coming out of your chimney, all this fire, all these are spiritual implications. And when you bring those spirits in your house and you wonder why you're in hijack city, you ain't separated. You got graven images. You ain't separated. All right, Isaiah. Oh man, we gotta get back in the Book of Enoch too, man, and the Sefer. The Sefer got some good dropping in it, man. Sometimes you gotta scroll through it. You got the Book of Jashir in here. You know, all great ways to get some babies out the bath water. So we're gonna get into Isaiah. Where we at? Chapter 40. Let's go to 40. How we doing on time? We got a little bit. So we're gonna just read it through. I'm gonna let the energy and the spirit, the Ruach, move in you. You know what I mean? And we're just gonna get it, man. I love all y'all. Drop Nation, man. And yeah, you know, I can't think of nothing better to do, you know what I'm saying, than be on the mission that we're on, you know, and do it together and be all in, you know what I'm saying, with how we do and how we build. So you got great ideas, keep contributing, man. You know, keep contributing your energy. Isaiah 40. That was in Jeremiah. Jeremiah 40 is good too. Don't sleep, don't sleep. Isaiah 40. All right. Comfort ye my people, says your Elohim, says your Creator. Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem, and cry unto her, that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned, for she has received of the Creator's hand for all her sins. The voice of him that cries in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of hey. Make straight in the desert a highway for our Creator. Every way shall be exalted, and every mountain and hill shall be made low, and the crooked shall be made straight. All right, so whether you believe in it as referring to your personal mountains and valleys that are going to be made straight, and you know the hills low, smooth, everything's going to be smoothed out, or do you believe your Creator is going to smooth it out for you? I mean, this is the Creator that has separated the lands. I assume the lands will be reunited. And the glory of Haya shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. For the mouth of Haya has spoken, and the voice said, cry. And he said, what shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and all the goodliness thereof is as the flower of the field. The grass withers, the flowers fades, because the Ruach of Haya blows upon it. Surely the people is grass, the grass withers, the flowers fades, but the word of your Creator stands forever. O Zion, that bring good news, get you up into the high mountain. O Jerusalem, that bring good news, lift up your voice with strength. Lift it up, be not afraid, says your cities of your Creator. Behold, your Creator, behold, Haya will come with strong hand, and his arm shall rule for him. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. He shall feed his flock like a shepherd. How am I going to eat? How's J. Stu going to eat? How do we come together? He shall feed his flock like a shepherd. He shall gather the lambs with his arm, and carry them in his bosom, and shall gently lead those that are with young. Who has measured the waters in the hollow of his hands, and meted out, and beat out the heaven with the span, comprehended the dust of the earth in a measure. So he beat out the heaven, rakia, beat it out physically. A dome, a firmament, a barrier. He beat out this barrier, this expanse, this shamayim, the heavens, right? Who has measured the waters in the hollow of his hands, and meted out, beat out with the span, and comprehended the dust of the earth in a measure, and weighed the mountains in scales, and the hills in a balance? Who has directed the ruach of Heya, or being his counselor has taught him? With whom took he counsel, and who instructed him, and taught him in the path of judgment, and taught him knowledge, and showed to him the way of understanding? Who taught the Creator? Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket. The nations. So again, this whole sefer, all of it, is all about one nation, one seed, and the interactive parties in between, the static in between that will attempt to stop the seed. And the result at the end is the remnant that will be redeemed, the seed that will harvest. That's the moral to the story. Anybody giving you a different moral is hijacking you. Anybody saying, oh, the point of this whole story is to come back to the Creator with a hijack. To come back to the Creator and say, hey, look, I got Jesus with me. He's like, did I tell you? Did Moses tell you about this Jesus? No. So what did you learn about this Jesus guy? Oh, after we were invaded, we were taught about this Jesus guy in English with a King James Bible that he wrote in 1611 after coming to America and colonizing us through 2 patents of the London Company in 1603. And 8 years later, he writes our King James Version and gives us a New Testament, a new covenant. The Creator says, did I give you that? Well, we were told, well, why would you trust your invaders? Would I ask you to trust your invaders? Don't bring no Jesus, don't bring nobody to your Creator. You have a Creator. None of your prophets say, did Moses say, worship me? Did Moses say, Brit? Are you going to come to your Creator and say, look, I got Moses? He's going to say, yeah, Moshe. He's the law's named after him. I mean, if you have a Messiah, surely that would be it. Physically led you out of captivity, physically led you out of slavery, physically redeemed you through the Creator. Everything else is promises and theories. So what do we got? So outside of Israel, behold, the nations are as a drop of the bucket. If Horace Butler, where's my Horace Butler book? If Horace Butler's telling you that Jerusalem's in America, that means you so-called copper-colored Negro were fighting for Jerusalem in America. So outside of this lineage that we know was spread across the 4, corners, right? So we know we're everywhere. So behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket. Outside of what I'm building, outside of what I'm redeeming, it just don't matter. It's nothing if it's not what I am redeeming. So I say, what is your design? And if your design is towards the redemption, if 432 the drop does anything to assemble, does anything towards our redemption, does anything to give you the drop or tell you to keep your commandments, then it is good. And if my brothers or sisters are doing anything to do that, then it's good. And anything else petty outside of that is a drop of a bucket outside of the redemption. So that 432, when I say focus on the 432 in your family, in your people, and stop trying to make somebody everything. Stop trying to make this everything and that everything. What's the 432 in a person? What is the redemption, the redemptive qualities, the redemptive characteristics and values? What's your redemptive qualities? Redeem yourself. Be hijack free and be free. If you're hijack free, you're free. If you're hijack free, you have redeemed yourself. Now let the Creator rock. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket and are counted as the small dust of the balance. Behold, the lakes, or behold, he takes up the isles or the islands as a very little thing. And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beast thereof sufficient as a burnt offering. All nations before him are as nothing. All nations before him are as nothing. All nations, right? Outside of his children, all nations are as nothing. But all their religion and all their talk says we're one. We're all God's people. Of course. And then you do your research and you say, there's been multiple creations. There's been multiple, hybrid angel breedings in, and little angels creating little minions. This Anunnaki thing are just more angels creating more things. Another story of angels creating shit. But each of their stories is the all-in be-all, right? So, if he takes up the isles as a very little thing, and Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beast thereof sufficient as a burnt offering, all nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing. So in case you don't get it, all nations are as nothing outside of his children. That shouldn't break your heart. That should actually make sense. That these people are original people. Don't focus on you and what hijack you are and, oh man, that's reverse racism. Well, this is a tribal God. This is what they're hiding. This is why they give you a New Testament with a JC and says, look, it's all good. Everybody's all good. This God of the old or of the eternal says, if you're outside of building up that which I am redeeming, you are nothing. Matter of fact, you're less than nothing. All nations before him are nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. This is Isaiah 40. Now, it doesn't mean that if you aren't copper color and this, and this, then you're going to hell. Nah, man. It just means that your energy needs to be towards the redemption, towards the building, towards the truth. If you keep ignoring the truth and you keep letting the Most High's children be spat on and mutilated and you don't do nothing about it, then he will count you as nothing. But you have a chance to do something about it. Whatever you do, support the GoFundMe. Help build up, our land, our community. You see us trying. Don't just sit back and scoff and say, well, they only got a few $100s in the GoFundMe, or they only got that. Say, I see them working. I see them building. This is one man doing this operation and a few people building within it and a few more people building, there and few people over here. So I can see how this is coming together. Let me support that. How are you going to do it? Maybe it's just, it's between you and the Creator, right? But don't sit back in a hijack wallow me mode and wallow, I'm a hijack. Nah, man, say, look, I get it. These people are natural people. My people have stolen all their resources as they continue to destroy all the resources of the earth. It seems that these people have a correlation with the earth itself. It seems that when the trees fall, these people have also fallen. It seems as if their habitat has been destroyed and they've been counted as nothing. They've been counted out. Now I'm called an American because I'm born here, but these are the actual Americans, the actual indigenous. So how you support is between you and the Creator. All nations before him are nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity. To whom will ye liken? To your Creator, or what likeness will ye compare unto him? The workman melts a graven images, and the goldsmith spreads it over the gold, and casts silver chains. He that is so impoverished that he has no oblation chooses a tree that will not rot, the cedar. Shout out to Teach Me to Be Priestly, the cedar, man. A tree that will not rot. He seeks unto him a cunning workman to prepare a graven image that shall not be moved. Have ye not known? Have ye not heard? Has it not been told you from the beginning? Have ye not understood from the foundations of the earth? A ball has no foundation. It's just a ball. Your earth has foundation like your trees have roots. And are the roots of your sacred trees the foundations of the earth as they connect underground? It is he that sits upon the circle of the earth, not the ball of the earth, the circle. So circle, dome. Or you can look at it as if here's your firmament and someone's looking down on the circle of your firmament, looking down on you on the foundations of the stationary earth. If this is the dome, this is the firmament, circle. And when you research, get more into that circle, you actually get circuit, circle. He that is so impoverished that he has no oblation chooses a tree that will not rot. He seeks unto him a cunning workman to prepare a graven image that shall not be moved. Have ye not known? Have ye not heard? Have it not been told to you from the beginning? Have ye not understood from the foundations of the earth? It is he that sits on the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers. So the Most High is on the circle of the earth. He looks down on you, and you're small like a grasshopper. On the circle, not the ball. You see ball in here too, right? Then you see circle, right? So there's a difference between circle and ball. And the inhabitants thereof are as a grasshopper that stretches out the heavens, Shamayim, as a curtain. The heavens, your fixed stars stretched out like a curtain, as a tent for you to live in, as a canopy. You hear canopy, you hear tent, now you hear curtain. Where do you see a sphere? In your scripture. Let's go. That stretches out the heavens, because this is important. If you're at war and you don't know your terrain, you're going to lose. You say this flat earth stuff is a distraction or a gimmick. I say it's everything. Because the Creator created a habitat. Isn't it important for you to learn it? Don't you think it's important for your survival if you know your habitat? Shouldn't you know if you're spinning on a ball at 1,100 miles per hour or if you're stationary and everything is revolving around you? Shouldn't you know if you are the center, the actual center of attention, the apple of your Creator's eye? Shouldn't you know if it's all revolving around you? If you are that important? And doesn't that match up to scripture saying that you are that important? That the Most High is never taking his eye off of you as everything's revolving around you and all the energy, just like a football game, all the crowd in the stands giving energy, yelling at the players, booing at the players, cheering the players on, is the energy of this energy above you. Now you have the energy that's coming from, so-called negative forces, the Saturn, Jupiter energy. Then you have energy from above the barrier. That's also sending you energy. And you have fixed stars that are also connected to the energy above the barrier. That's giving you good energy. But you have to separate it and free yourself of the hijack energy. Because no energy can hijack you unless you put a contract on it. And say, yes, you may hijack me. You have to agree to that to be hijacked. So, disagree to be hijacked. That's a new shirt. Put it on a shirt. Let's go. Disagree to be hijacked. Yea, they shall not be planted. All right. So let's go back. So the inhabitants, the Most High is sitting on the circle of the earth, looking down on you like a grasshopper that stretches out the heavens as a curtain and spreads them out as a tent to dwell in. Do we have to give you a picture of a tent? And that is the picture that the Creator is giving you of a habitat that he's giving you. A tent, a canopy, spread out, foundations, firm, fixed, immovable, tent. Let's go. and stretches out the heavens as a curtain and spreads them out as a tent to dwell in, that brings the princes to nothing. He makes the judges of the earth as vanity. Yea, they shall not be planted. Yea, they shall not be sown. Yea, their stock shall not take root in the earth, and he shall also blow upon them, and they shall wither, and the whirlwind shall take them away as stubble. To whom then will ye liken to me, or shall I be equal? Who's equal to the Creator? Lift up your eyes on high, and behold, who has created these things, that brings out their host by number? He calls them by names, by the greatness of his might, for that he is strong in power, and one fails. Why say you, O Yahweh, and speak, O Israel, my way is hid from Heah, and my judgment is passed over from my Creator. You think your way is hidden from Heah, existence itself? Can you hide from existence? So is it get down or is it lay down? Your way is hidden. You say to the Creator, I can't, it's hidden from me. But how can you be hidden from existence? And how can existence be hidden from you? It's an illusion of separation. Have ye not known, have ye not heard, that Elohim, the Creator of the ends of the earth, faints not, neither is weary, neither there is no search of his understanding. He gives power to the faint. You feel faint right now, man. You're going through these holy days. You've been getting jammed up. You might feel faint. You might feel faint. All you got is your Creator, and all you got is yourself. The kingdom is within. You're in your wilderness. Now we are manifesting the drop. The Creator of the ends of the earth faints not, neither is weary. There is no search of his understanding. He gives power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increases strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon Heah shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. It sounds like some superpower stuff, man. Get back to your trees. Get back to that crystal, those crystal roots, and you will run like eagles. Most High will renew your strength. They shall run and not be weary. That means you'll run forever and not ever get tired. And you'll walk and not ever faint. And you'll mount up with wings as eagles. All right. And we got time. Yeah, let's get Isaiah 42. Behold my servant, whom I uphold, my elect one. Right. What do you serve? Do you serve order or chaos? Choose one. Do you serve order or chaos? Choose one. Behold my servant, whom I uphold, my elect, in whom my soul delights. I have put my ruach upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the other people. He shall not cry, nor lift up, nor cause his voice to be heard in the street. A bruised reed shall not break, and the smoking flax shall he not quench. He shall bring forth judgment into truth. He shall not fail, nor be discouraged, till he have set judgment in the earth, and the owls shall wait for his Torah, for the law. Thus says Heah, he that created the heavens and stretched them out again, Shamayim. He that spreads forth the earth, and that which comes out of it. He that gives breath unto the people upon it, and the ruach to them that walk therein. I, Heah, have called you into righteousness, and will hold your hand, and will keep you, and will give you a covenant of the people, for a light of the other people. So you'll be a light to the other people, but the other people are as a drop of the bucket. They are counted as nothing unless they choose up, unless they are building you, unless they are building righteousness. And how can they build righteousness without building the children, without building the seeds of righteousness? Again, if you're a hijack, how do you get back in great favor after all what your ancestors have done, all the blood on your hands? You start putting that energy into righteousness, not just good deeds around you, but deeds that are actually contributing to rebuilding the flock and assembling the flock. Your Most High has a children. He is a tribal God, and his tribe, his children, will one day mount up with wings as eagles, run and not grow weary, and walk and not faint. You don't believe it? Then you don't dig on it. But you'll believe this even if you knew the height that we've fallen from will tell you that we can do this stuff when we are in order in our frequency. Hey, let's go. Let's get our dismount right here. Isaiah 42. He that gives breath unto the people upon it, and a ruach to them that walk therein. I, have called you into righteousness, and will hold your hand, and will keep you, and give you for a covenant of the people, for a light of the other people, to open the blind eyes, to bring out the prisoners from the prison, and them that sit in darkness out of the prison house. I am that is my name, and my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. Sing unto a new song, and praise from the ends of the earth. Ye that go down to the sea, all that is therein, the isles and the inhabitants thereof. Let the wilderness and the cities thereof lift up their voice. The villages that Kedar inhabits, let the inhabitants of the rock sing. Let them shout from the top of the mountains. Let them give glory unto and declare his praise into the islands. Yeah. Big up, block, more fire. Now declare his glory, declare his power, man. Declare it out. You say, I am, right? Can you get more real than I am to exist? All you got to say, my family, so-called Negro, copper-colored races, say, I am. And then they'll say, no, you're not. You say, yes, I am. They'll say, no, you're not. And you say, well, if they can't tell me who I am, how can you tell me who I'm not? I am water. I am the drop. I am Drop Nation. I am. Let the wilderness and the cities thereof lift up their voice. Man, I get so into it, I forgot to take my water break. Let's go. Let them give glory unto and declare his praise in the islands. Shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. Who's stirring all this up? It's not just the bad man. No, the creator has to get this thing going, man. We got to get free. You got to shake shit up sometime. You know how it go. You got to shake shit up sometime. If everybody's speaking good about you, you ain't doing something. One of the dopest things somebody ever told me was, man, be careful when everyone's speaking good about you, man. That's a bad place to be. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't shaking it up enough. You ain't telling the truth if everyone's speaking good. All right? Straight up. And this is what we're learning. This is what we're getting to. This is the realization, but we focus on the majority, man. We focus on the energy. We focus on the majority that are just surfing the wave and just know that we found something, man. We found something. We're not going to let nobody ruin it. We're going to keep it hijack free. And it is. It is. I am. There's no way we can pollute that which is unpolluted or unpollutable. We're pollutable, but not the wave. The wave will never be polluted. But we can surf it. We can surf it as long as we're free, as long as we're hijack free. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. So the Most High said, I've been sitting back. I've been refraining for this time. Now I'm going to cry out like a travailing woman. You know, look, man, I got 4 babies, man. Love the Chef Candy. I've cut 4 umbilical cords 4 times, man. And I've seen my wife cry out in travail, man. So that's a powerful cry. Don't sleep. I will destroy and devour at once. I will make waste mountains and hills and dry up all their herbs. And I will make the rivers islands, and I will dry up the pools. And I will bring the blind by a way that they knew not. And I will lead them in paths that they have not known. We're surfing the waves. We're being led in paths that we have not even known, man. I hated reading, and now I'm being led in a path that I've never known. I will make darkness light before them and crooked things straight. These things I do unto them and not forsake them. The Most High will not forsake you. They shall be turned back they shall be greatly ashamed that trust in graven images, that say to the molten images, ye are our Elohim, ye are our gods. You're going to be ashamed if you put any other power before your power. Those things that you're putting power in are going to accuse you and say, yep, you did believe in me. You did put me before your creator. I remember you saying that. I remember you feeling that. Hear the deaf and look ye blind, that ye may see. Who is blind but my servant? Who else is blind? Who else don't know who they are? Who else can't see? So if you blind, you can't see. You forgot who you were. Your history's been stolen. But my servant, that which serves order, not chaos, or death, as my messenger that I sent, who is blind as he that is perfect, and blind as Hea's servant, seeing many things, but you observe not, opening the ears, but he hears not. Who does that sound like? Can't hear, can't see, can't get right. Still calling on false gods, still calling on hijacks, the same Baal, the same Ashtaroth, the same Thoth, the same Luidman. Let go. Seeing many things, but you observe not, opening the ears, but he hears not. Hea is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the Torah and make it honorable. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. So-called Negro. This is a people robbed and spoiled. So-called Negro. Hold up. Let me take this play. Let me get my Montezuma back. This is even better. Look at this image. Look at these dark copper color Indians. Just keep looking at it. Understand that they found this here, my people. These are some of the first images, the first paintings from Ornados Montanas. This is a people robbed and spoiled, they say. Robbed and spoiled. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, snared, destroyed in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. Who's in the jails? Majority. All right. So they are all of them snared in holes, robbed and spoiled. They are hid in prison houses, so-called Negro, copper color races. Can you dig on it? They are for a prey, getting gunned down. Trayvon Martin, Akai Gurley, Sandra Bland, all right, Michael Brown, you know what I mean, Eric Gardner, we keep going. Prison houses, for they are a prey, and none delivers for a spoil, and none says restore. Who's restoring you? Who's redeeming you but your creator? He's making you call on him. You got to go back home to the creator of your sacred trees and stop calling on any hijacks and get out of all religions and go home and vibrate with the energy that created you, your tree, your law, your commandments that are written in stone here. Your commandments that are in stone in Los Lunas, New Mexico, in stone. Before the hijack, before they came with your new test. You rock order. You rock great spirit. You rock not killing and stealing and honoring your father and mother. You rock keeping a vibration every week. You rock this. You rock not bearing false witness. You rock this. You rock your commandments. Restore. Remember, they came here to recapture Jerusalem. So you rock commandments, my people. King David, Prester John, here, you rock this shit. You fought and you died for it. Let's go. Dismount time. They are a prey, my people, spoiled, robbed, snared in holes, hidden in prison houses. They are a prey, and none delivers for a spoil, and none says restore. Who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Who gave Yahweh for a spoil, and Israel to the robbers? Did not Heya? He against whom we have sinned? Don't look at nobody else for what you have transgressed. And what was your main transgression, my family? The same one you have today, worshiping Baal, Asherah, Thoth, putting other powers before your creator, your energy, your forever, your eternal, your I am, Heya existence. Yahweh for a spoil, and Israel the robbers. Did not the Creator deliver you? You, who against him we have sinned. You have transgressed the laws of your Creator is the only reason. It's the only reason. Your daddy says lie down, you don't lie down. Your daddy says, you know what I'm saying, do, you know what I'm saying, work on, you know what I'm saying, your mathematics or go read a book, and you don't do it. No, I don't want to. What happens in your house? So if this is a house, spread out like a tent, like a canopy, beat out, rock you, beat out, met it out. You live in a house, everything's revolving around you. Your Creator, your energy, looks down on the circle, and you look like a grasshopper. And he says, lay down. You say, no. He says, stop killing each other. You say, no. You say, this is the day that you come and you vibrate with me, meet with me on this day. Nope, I want to do it on Sunday. I want to do it when you're not, vibrating, in this way. I want to do it. I want to kill and I want to steal. I want to worship this entity and get some energy juice from this entity and get some energy juice over here and juice up all over the place. I want to profane my holy name. I want to profane my inheritance, my heritage. I want to give it up. I want to be like them. I want to be like the nations that are counted as a drop in the bucket, less than nothing. I choose their God. Well, fine. If you choose their God, you will die like them. You will die in a judgment. And again, their judgment is coming as yours has just been seen and witnessed. And this is the breakdown of it. This is your drop. This is what happened. This is your judgment. You get to read about it. You get to read about being robbed, spoiled, snared in holes, hidden in prison houses. You get to read about being a prey. No one's delivering you for a spoil. No one's restoring you. Who's this is happening to? This kingdom is somebody else's right now. So who is this happening to? This was your judgment. This is the witness of your judgment. This is the prophecy of your prophet saying, Yeshayahu, saying, yo, get down and lay down. This is laying down. Most High say lay down. You say no. He said lay down. You say no. Who among you will give ear to hear this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Who gave Yahweh for a spoil, Jacob for a spoil, and Israel to the robbers? Did not Heya, he against whom we have sinned and transgressed, right? Broken the order, broken the word, broken our oath. For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law. Therefore, he has poured upon him the fury of his anger. He has poured upon him the fury of his anger. Jacob, Yahweh. He has poured upon Jacob. He has poured upon Yahweh. He has poured upon the so-called Negro. Upon him the fury. He has poured upon the copper-colored races the fury of his anger for the disobedience. So as you get back into the indigenous truth, do not overlook the disobedience and pray for forgiveness of the disobedience of every one of our ancestors that walked a different path, a wrong path, that were dissuaded from the right path. So we can get back to our indigenous truth, get back You know what I'm saying? Being free, knowing what freedom actually is. Therefore, he has poured upon him, Jacob, Israel, the fury of his anger and the strength of battle. And it has set on him fire about, yet he knew not, and it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart. And then he says, but now, I'm going into verse in 43, but now thus says, hey, that created you, O Yahweh, and he that formed you, O Israel, fear not, for I have redeemed you. Did he leave you in a sad state of disregard? Or the Most High says it's harvest time? Ain't it always harvest time? Don't we look forward to harvest time? All right, so when we get into harvest time, rejoice. If you're not rejoicing, you ain't feeling it. And that's cool. But go over there. We are in harvest time. The Most High says, but now, thus says, hey, that created you, O Yahweh, and he that formed you, O Israel. Yasharala, Kwan Yasharala. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name. You are mine. I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name. You are mine. You belong. You exist. All right. So dig on it. I love y'all. I am. You are. We are.